This video ranks every viable TH14 attack strategy. So if you want to win more 3 stars, you need to know the best armies for any base and the worst armies to avoid them. And this tier list is based off of strength, ease of use, and flexibility. Starting with D tier, these are some of the worst attack strategies that you can use. Case in point, the Golem and Super Wizard. It's really weak here because of all the defensive levels and the Town Hall Poison. It's just not worth using over other strategies that you're going to see in this list. Next, moving to both the Yeti and Pekka smash attacks. With the Pekka and the Yeti smashes, they're really not that strong. They get outclassed by a lot of different other smash attacks that only use one troop. This one uses 2, a support troop and a tank. This is not bad, but there's a lot to manage, and that's really the downside. It is so outclassed by other smash attacks that gives you time to subscribe and ring the bell. And objectively, another one of the worst strategies is, unfortunately, the Triple Clone Hydra. Triple Clone Hydra was more of a gimmick than anything. It used to be really strong. The Dragon Riders did get a nerf, and I think that's what really killed off the strategy. It's also just not that flexible. It's easy, it's not that flexible, and it just really isn't that strong compared to other strategies that we have here. Now we move into the C tier armies, starting off with the very popular Inferno Dragon Skeleton spell strategy. This used to be really popular. It usually was with single Infernos, and it still is good against single Infernos. Other than that, it's very mediocre, especially since it's more base dependent. It's still easy to use, but it did lose a lot of its strength. Next, we have the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. Similar to that of all the other Dragon Rider strategies, they're honestly not that good. Even with the Queen Charge being similar to Lavaloon, with no actual support or tankage, it's incredibly difficult. Now we get into some pretty solid armies, starting with the Skelly Donut Lalo. The issues that Skelly Donut has to be this low is usually because it's not as beginner friendly and it's not as flexible. Other than that, the strength it has, and you can pair that up with bats to remove other defenses, so you're not just using the skeleton spells, but you can also use those bats to remove something like a multi or a scatter shot. Next is the standard Titan Smash. The Titan Smash is very similar to any standard smash attack, except you're only using one troop, being the Electro Titan. This is really nice because it means that there's ease of use, but it isn't as strong as other smash attacks or other strategies here, and it's a little bit more base dependent, but it's still much better than the Yeti, Pekka, and even the Zap Titan smashes. Next, we have 2 armies that are very similar to each other, the Blizzard Hydra and the Super Archer Blimp Hydra. Now, these 2 strategies are pretty much the exact same thing. There's really not that much of a difference in between each other, so all in all, these strategies are incredibly easy to use. They're a little bit more base dependent, but not as much, and they're pretty dang strong, even though Hydra as a strategy isn't as good overall, but it does still get better than Town Hall 13. And lastly, in our B tier is the Super Archer Blimp Titans. The Super Archer Blimp Titans is one of my personal favorite strategies to use, especially at Town Hall 15, but similar to there, it's realistically very base dependent. So there is very little flexibility because you need a base with either open wall segments or it's a ring base, but as well, it is decently strong and it's very easy to use for a more casual player. So it is a very good attack strategy in case you still want to use something against those dreaded ring style bases. This has got you covered, but it is just as easy as using my creator code CORRUPT to support me and everything I do here on the channel. Now we move into A tier, where some of the great armies that you can use, such as the Queen Charge Hybrid. The Queen Charge Hybrid is a very good attack. It can hit a decent amount of bases, not as much though as some of the other attack strategies that we have here, but it's still very strong. Now, the only thing that is going to make it a little bit weaker is the Town Hall Poison. Going in towards the Town Hall Poison is usually a terrible thing. So queen charging the Town Hall, removing the enemy clan castle, and using the hybrid to go in for other defenses, specifically the Eagle Artillery, is the best way to get value off of the base, and the hybrid becomes one of the strongest ones to use. Of course, another strategy we have to put in the A tier is the Queen Charge Lalo. Now, the Queen Charge Lalo is one of the strategies that deserves to be here. It is one of the best strategies that you can use. The only issue is, if you're not comfortable with a Queen Charge or a Lavaloon, this strategy might not be for you. But it is incredibly strong and it can be used on any base design, which is why it's so powerful. The other big thing about this that works insanely well is, for the most part, you can charge in anywhere, specifically because you're going to go deeper into the base. Dealing with the enemy clan castle troops, being able to use the queen charge to go in for the town hall as well, especially since the town hall poison is a big factor. It is just undeniably incredibly strong since the lava loon can clear through the rest. You also have a lot of flexibility with siege machines, which is why this is one of the best strategies that you can use. Of course, another pretty strong option is the Zap Lalo. Similar to that of the Queen Charge Lalo, the Zap Lalo is a pretty dang easy strategy to understand. The issue is that it is a bit more base dependent because you're specifically looking for either a Inferno or Scattershot. Other than that, it is very strong. It is definitely objectively the best lightning spell strategy that you can use at Town 14, since the lightning spells are pretty weak already at Town Hall 14. And the last one for our A tier is an infamous strategy. It's of course Mass Electro Dragon. You have to be honest, Edrags are pretty strong. Their shots are incredibly powerful, and underneath rage, they are just insane. Of course, being paired with free spells is really nice for this strategy, because otherwise, your Edrags would more than likely get picked off, and this would be probably a C tier strategy. But for the most part, it's incredibly easy to use if done correctly, and of course, it is really strong. The only thing is, it's a bit more base specific. It can't hit every single design, but it's still a very, very good army. It's very popular from what I can tell, and as long as you use the correct siege machine, so no wall wrecker, this is a very powerful strategy. Now we're here with the best of the best strategies in the S tier. We are starting with the Super Bowler Smash. Now here, Super Bowler Smash is just absolutely crazy. Again, rage with Super Bowlers and healers is just a god tier synergy. What's so nice is the bowlers just underneath rage do massive damage, and the healers keep those super bowlers alive underneath rage. This strategy is pretty beginner friendly. You can really use this against any base design, and it's that powerful. It's really strong with those combinations. Usually you're bringing in the use of the Flame Flinger, so it's going to be very easy for you to funnel one side, use the Warden Walk on the other, and then Super Bowler through the middle of your two funnel. Of course, you don't have to go in towards the Town Hall. You don't have to sacrifice them to go through the Town Hall poison, when you could just go in away from it and clear the Town Hall without even touching that poison. Next up, we have a very popular Super Archer Blimp Lalo. Super Archer Blimp Lalo is one of the easiest follow-up Lalo attacks. The Super Archer Blimp takes all of your spell investment, but it really puts it into work by getting massive value, typically getting the Town Hall as well, and then using the heroes to move all the way through and lava in the rest of it. It's that easy because it's pretty beginner friendly for those of you who want to get into Lava Loon, but also really strong and can be used on pretty much any base, unlike the Super Archer Bliz Titans. And objectively, the best attack strategy at Town Hall 14 is the Blizzard Lava Loon. I really don't need to say much about the strategy. Similar to that of the Super Archer Blimp Lalo, it is incredibly powerful. It can be used as a beginner Lava Loon player, and it is that strong that it deserves S tier. Now, of course, this has spell support for the Lava Loon, which means, objectively, it is way better than the Super Archer Blimp because you're not having that risk versus reward. It's really easy because the Blizzard can go in anywhere and get value. You can use the heroes to go in for an enemy hero, and then Lava Loon the rest of the base like it's nothing, and it's that dang strong that you're going to be able to 3-star with it pretty much almost every time. Now that is every viable Town Hall 14 attack strategy ranked. And I hope that this tier list helps you find the best strategy. So if you also have a Town Hall 13, check out this video ranking every strategy, and I will see you there.